Nino Brown Boxing, and I'm back in the building. Shout out to the LDBC. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. So Sean Porter's tweet that he put out yesterday, it put a lot of shit into perspective. And ultimately, it has me coming to the conclusion that the welterweight division is just the division of confusion. It's a big clusterfuck of a bunch of guys, everyone, and when I say everyone, I mean everyone, especially the champions, the title holders, however you want to call it. All of these guys have a preference of who they want to fight. If we're going off their short list and who they have as number one, Manny Pacquiao's main preference is Floyd Mayweather. We all know Manny Pacquiao, he wants that rematch. That's a big part of the reason why Manny Pacquiao is staying active in the sport of boxing. He wants Floyd Mayweather to come out of retirement. Errol Spence, he wants Manny Pacquiao. It's a legacy fight. It's a huge payday. And we all know that Manny Pacquiao isn't all that enthusiastic to face Errol Spence. We've seen Manny Pacquiao's body language in the ring after that, after the Mikey Garcia Errol Spence fight, and it's just very clear that that's the case. Now, moving forward, we have Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford has made it known that he wants to face Errol Spence Jr., and he has no preference to face anyone else. He don't want to face Danny Garcia. He don't want to face Sean Porter. Well, I'm sure with the opportunity he would face Manny Pacquiao, but that's the case with all of these guys. Then next on the list, after Terrence Crawford, you got Sean Porter. Based off of Sean Porter's tweet, last night, he said all the people that are afraid to say his name. He basically mentioned all the top guys at welterweight, even fucking Conor McGregor, even a retired Floyd Mayweather, but he did not mention Terrence Crawford as a man that's afraid to say his name. So all of this shit tells me is all of these guys at 147, they simply just have a preference. I can't think of a situation when you have two guys I have opponent A and opponent B, they have each other in the number one spot of the smoke that they want next. I mean, we've seen this shit happen. When it came to the whole Terrence Crawford and Ndongo fight, these two guys had each other as priority number one to the point where they were going back and forth with sanctioning bodies. Even the bullshit fight that just took place a couple of months ago, Canelo and Kovalev, they made it a priority. They made it known that they want smoke with each other next. Even though I feel like the fight was fixed, it was bullshit, it was fake as fuck, but they wanted to fight each other. They were atop each other's list of opponents that they wanted to face next. That is not the case with the welterweight division. And even with this Manny Pacquiao situation and Errol Spence, I look at it like this. This shit is not some foregone conclusion that this fight is going to happen next. Danny Garcia, in his head, he still thinks that he has a chance, but then you'll see different reports to come out this conflict with Danny Garcia. None of this shit is consistent. None of this has been cemented. Everyone has a preference. And I can't say this guy is ducking because he has a preference, but another guy isn't ducking because he has a preference as well. It's a fucking double standard. And I'm not gonna pretend like I don't notice it just because I like a guy. It don't matter if I fucking like him or not. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. So, the welterweight division, it's all over the place. Seem like nobody knows what the fuck they want to do, and then everybody knows what the fuck they want to do. So I look at it like this. I'll just sit back and I'll just wait for this shit to unfold, because it's nobody in the welterweight division that's saying this is the guy I want. Fuck anybody else. I don't care what opportunity you present me with. And both of these guys are saying, I don't care what opportunity you present me with. This is the guy I want next. And I feel like that's something everyone can agree on. Everyone can agree on when it comes to the welterweight division. And that's just the case, man. So I love to hear everyone take on it. It's just the welterweight division. It's all over the place. It's a bunch of confusion. It's a bunch of guys moving like divas, and it don't matter who the fuck they are. It don't matter what the fuck their name is. This shit applies to everyone. It applies to Earl Spence. It applies to Terrence Crawford. It applies to Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman. It applies to all of these niggas. Like, we've seen how the energy is when you have two guys that only want to fight each other and they're at the tops of each other's list. That is not the case for 147. But then I also hit an argument where it comes to Earl Spence, and they said, well, Earl Spence coming from a car accident, he should be able to fight who he wants. Me personally, when it comes to that situation, I feel like Earl Spence should have just sat out a whole fucking year. But Earl Spence says he's good. His trainer says he's good. His own damn daddy saying he's good. Who the fuck am I, some nigga on YouTube in the DMV, to say that Earl Spence not good and he need a light touch? If Earl Spence saying he don't need a light touch and everyone in this fucking camp on the same page as him, who the fuck am I to say something different? So, fuck the light touch. Let's just get the unifications on. But the only thing about that shit is no two men have each other number one on their list. And that's a fact. It's Nino Brown Boxing. Shout out to the LDBC, and I'm out.